Okay, folks, welcome to another edition of From the Bottom Up. And today, the album we are going to do is none other than Rochester, New York native Lou Gramm and his first solo album that came out on January the 29th, 1987. We're talking Ready or Not. That album peaked at number 27 on the charts, came out on Atlantic Records, and it was produced by Lou Gramm along with Pat Moran, who also had a hand in engineering and producing Principal Moments by Robert Plant. So this album helped get Lou Gramm back to his raw grade band roots and to discover some of the things he felt Foreigner lost due to Mick Jones constantly polishing and burnishing every single note, which is one of the main reasons why Lou was not a happy camper and Foreigner around this time. Inside Information album would be a good sign of that. This album is way better than that album. And for those who like Lou, you get to see everything good on here. The highlights, all his good singing, just a great album. This really is. It's definitely overlooked. I feel out of all the singers from the big bands, that Lou probably made the best solo album out of them all. That includes Steve Perry, Tommy Shaw, Dennis DeYoung from Styx. Better than, well, some of these guys never made solo albums like Kevin Cronin from REO. But yeah, I think Lou did the best out of them all. Who would have thought that, just amazing. So let's dig through here. We're going to go through the songs on this album from our least favorite up to our favorite. And we're going to start off with number 10 out of the 10 tracks, and that's going to be Chain of Love. It's an okay song, but it's clearly the weakest track on the album in my estimation, and that's why I got it here at number 10. Nothing too memorable, and that's about all I got for that one. Number 9, that's going to be Lover Come Back, which features bassist Bruce Turgeon on lead guitar. And yeah, this song is it was one of the few songs on the album that was written by just Lou. The rest of the album, this track and She's Got to Know are the two that were written by Lou only, and then the rest of the album they were co-writes with Lou and Mr. Turgeon. So we've got Lover Come Back at number 9, and that was the only track that Bruce actually played lead guitar on. The rest of the tracks were all lead guitarist Nils Lofgren from Bruce Springsteen did a great job on this album. And it's going to take us down to number 8. Number 8 is She's Got to Know. And yeah, that's Lou's dad on the trumpet solo on She's Got to Know here. So it's pretty cool. Ben Graham Sr. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of where the album really starts for me. I mean, we got the two songs that were kind of like, filler, throwaways, whatever you want to call them. They were okay. But this is where it really starts to, kick in this album. I really like every track from She's Got to Know going forward on. These are all good songs, and I'll tell you, it was no easy feat trying to place the order on these ones, except for maybe the first two I knew what my number 1 and my number 2 were. It was just a matter of kind of letting the rest of them all play out. So number 7, Arrow Through Your Heart, another great catchy song that could have been released as a single. Definitely another track that's stands out here for sure. Great chorus, and definitely a track that I recommend for sure. Number 7, Arrow Through Your Heart. Gonna go with our next song is number 6, and that's gonna be Heartache. Another solid song, has a great drum beat and a great Lofgren guitar solo. I really enjoyed the solo on this song. Uh, yeah, it makes up for where the song isn't quite as strong as you would hope it to be, but overall, still a great song, and that guitar solo really brings this song up a couple notches. Sometimes guitar solos do that. Number 5, I've Got Time. Another standout from the album. Time to Live, Time to Love. Just a great song. really love this song. This was one of those ones that stood out for me the first time I ever heard it. And yeah, this is Lou at his finest. Great vocals, great lyrics, and the playing on here is simply impeccable. Really enjoy this song. That's what I got for that one. And that's going to take me down to my next track, which is number four, If I Don't Have You. Kind of a ballad type song that starts off nice and slow, features a great Lou Gramm vocal. This one, I felt should have been released as a single. I think it could have done pretty good. And I really this one at number three for me. They could have flip-flopped. Hard to say, depending on my mood of the day, but they were close. But this one today, if I don't have you, makes number four. Tomorrow, who knows? Number three, though, today, I've got Until I Make You Mine, another satisfying song from the album. And this was another one too that I feel if it was released as a single, it may have hit the upper end of the top 40 charts. So definitely definitely a great song. I really enjoy this one too. I mean, like I said, both of these they could have flip-flopped three and four. But today we got Until I Make You Mine at number three. It's no surprise what that leaves us as their top two songs on the album are. Number two, I'm going with the second single and the second most known song on the album, and one that Lou still plays live when he does a full show to this day, and that's the title track, Ready or Not, which peaked at number 54 on the singles charts. And yeah, I love this one. I always loved Ready or Not. Great, great opener. I've seen Lou a few times in concert open with this one, and what else can you open with when you have this one as a song in your repertoire for sure. Ready or Not. And of course, that's going to take us down to our number one track, and it's probably everybody's favorite number one track on the album. This is one of those songs that I don't know how much you hear it nowadays on radio, even on classic rock or, even on the satellite stations on Sirius XM. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard it on there, but this song is definitely one of those great songs that in my estimation, is the top Lou Gramm solo song and the top on this album. Midnight Blue peaked at number five. Just another classic song that Lou's involved with again. And he actually originally offered this to Foreigner, but Mick Jones had no intention to play it, which Graham knew it had potential. And which, he Mick did a few things, he had him play it and see what he thought. And Mick intentionally just played it poorly just because he didn't want to have anything to do with it. And so Lou said, well, Mick isn't interested. Screw him. He kept it. And Lou said he'd be lying as he said it felt good that Midnight Blue um, ended up being the most listened to song in 1987. So even, he liked the fact that Mick Jones didn't like it and thought it was a piece of garbage. And this kind of went back right at Mick. And interesting side note, 2000, I think it was 2001 when Lou did a Final Four tour. It was either 2001 or '02. Came to Darien Lake with was Bad Company and Foreigner. And I remember they played Midnight Blue during the set, so it's come funny how ironic it is that the song that Mick Jones didn't want to have anything to do with, that they ended up actually playing the song during a Foreigner set. I thought that was very interesting. I just thought about that later on after finding out about, that Mick really had no intention to ever wanted to have anything to do with it. So interesting. But that's what we got. Number one, Midnight Blue, just a great song. And real quick, I'm going to give you the fast rundown on everything here. Number 10, Chain of Love. Number 9, Lover Come Back. Number 8, She's Got to Know. 7, Arrow Through Your Heart. 6 will be Heartache. 5 will be Time. 4, If I Don't Have You. 3, Until I Make You Mine. 2, Ready or Not. 1, Midnight Blue. And there you have Lou Gramm, Ready or Not, from the bottom up. Stay tuned for more, like always.